Come in, everyone! I don't even know what the hell that is! Yeah, welcome back. Today, on ShadowtoyPhotography, we'll be reviewing the Valaverse exclusive Pandora mail-away. Now, I did not, right off the bat, I did not do the mail-away version. I did the just pay in full version. Not that I don't have enough points. I have more than enough points. However, the points version where you have to mail in your points, it was, I think, 200 points, which right off the bat is too many. Why is it 200 points? If we're comparing it to like Marvel Legends Build-A-Figures, even from back in the day or whatever, I mean, it was like you had to get, forget how much they were, you had to get at least 5 Marvel Legends, right? Or anything, and you get like the, you know, the 5th figure free sort of thing. It's similar with points and the old mail away thing. But why is it 20? You have to get like 10 figures, which is almost like $300. That's a little high. 20 points is a little high for any kind of mail away thing. It should have been 10 points because every one figure only comes with 2 points. So if they're $30 a pop, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, that's 5 figures. So what's 5 times, I should say 30 times 5, you know what I mean, is like $150. So, and then they want, that seems fair, $150, and then you have enough for mail away. That's fair. $300 then you get the mail away. Nah, son, nah, not doing that. But I will say though, the pay for version here was only $24. Well, $24.99 plus shipping. So let's just call it 32. Let's just call it 30, right? Let's even round down for easy math. So $30 shipped is, and I gotta say, it's a lot better. That was a lot easier to do. I think that's how much these figures should be going forward. $24.99, enough at the $30 or $35 BS. Over that, I'm sure you're over that as well. It's just enough's enough. I just can't, it's just it's just too much. So I appreciate everybody and just validating on all like the past videos, watching all the past Valaverse videos. How right off the bat, let me just put a little disclaimer out there. I don't personally hate anyone at Valaverse. This has only been strict critiques of the products themselves. I have to say this disclaimer because I was going to go in pretty hard on this video, but I'm going to be a little bit more gentle, diplomatic, I should say, diplomatic about it. I've always only criticized the figures themselves. Real quick pause, take a pause right now. I gotta ask you a question, personally. You watching this video right now, do you believe, and I might write this down below, and this isn't like, if you have a YouTube account and you can comment, please do. I'm not going to ask you to subscribe or anything like that. If you have, thank you. I am so appreciative of that. There is like lost a bunch of elite, some of the initial 300 elites. So there's room for members to move up in the ranks. But so if you haven't subscribed, I appreciate it. If you have, if not, this isn't what this is about. This isn't what this is about. I just want to know, curious to know, is there such thing as bad publicity? Now, I know some of you might say, like, yeah, well, it might ruin your reputation or whatever. Here, I don't believe so. None but my family friends believe so. No one's helped me with this or supports this channel believe so. And let me give you a quick example. Taylor Swift, right? Everybody knows who Taylor Swift is. The entire world knows who Taylor Swift is, right? Whether you love her, you would die for, you would kill for. There's people that would actually do this. They would die for this woman. And there's people who totally hate her, hate everything about her, don't even want to see her face. But you know what? You still know who she is. Even your grandma knows who Taylor Swift is, right? And you gotta tell me, is that really a bad thing? Is that a bad thing? Do you really think that's a bad thing? Here's another example. Paris Hilton, right? Not necessarily a bad person, but does nothing for society, right? Just a rich princess and does nothing, but yet everybody knows who she is, and she gets book deals and movies and shows and commercials and what have you. She's making money. Despite being rich, she's making money because everyone knows who she is, whether you like her or not. Everyone knows who she is. There's another example. They're Kardashians. They're human piles of walking garbage. They do nothing for humanity. They give nothing back, right? Yet everybody knows who they are, and they got all the same opportunities that Paris Hilton does. So tell me, do you believe there is such thing as bad publicity? Now, the reason I'm asking this is because I've recently spoken to somebody at Valaverse. I don't know if it's Bobby or Matt or somebody else, but, you know, they were kind of accusing of being a little personal. And I'm like, it's always been about the products. I mean, there's nothing. And they're like, well, you're negative. You know, it's not said bad things about the products. You know, they were mad about certain things. I don't want to get into any more details. This isn't what it's about. I'm not trying to cause drama, but when I told them, it's like, you know, we don't believe in, there's no such thing as bad publicity. And they said, and I quote, they respectively disagree with every line of that, end quote. So you tell me, do you believe that? Is there really, like, I don't think there's such thing as bad publicity. If someone's talking about you, whether it's good or bad, I mean, is it really a bad thing? Come on. Anyways, let's move on with the rest of the review. Now, right off the bat, I gotta say, this is one ugly bee. I mean, oh my God. What happened? I mean, I know what they were going for, but yikes, my yikes. This is one ugly woman. Now, I'm not like a sexist guy or anything like that. I'm not, you know, negative towards women. In fact, matter of fact, my wife recently stood up for me. Well, not really stood up, but a friend asked her, was like, oh, is your husband, you know, like, has sexist thing? And my wife said, not at all. I'm not all like that. So thank you, wife. Thank you. I'm not that kind of person. I'm merely just speaking about the figure here. And this is one ugly woman. Oh my God. What happened? I mean, what's that saying? She looks like she fell out the ugly tree and hit every branch on the way down. My God. I mean, she's supposed to go like this, which is just, I mean, it looks like she's wearing a hair hat. Like, look at that. That's, so, I mean, when I got her out the box, I flipped it like this, and it's like, okay, she's like a half Harley Quinn there. I kind of see it. It's a little better. It saves it a little bit, but yikes, McGikes. It's giving me a little bit it looks not as bad off camera, but the red lipstick is really bright. It doesn't really match the outfit too well. I feel like maybe it should be a bit darker. I don't know. On camera, it seems to match, but no, you could see it looks a little bit too bright, and it is. It's really like glossy, really red rosy. I mean, I feel like they should have a little bit more glossy or red accent, or I would just rather the lips be, you know, more of a matte, more toned down red. Better yet, because I love the rest of the body. I love, first off, I'm just trying to get some negative things out of the way, and she even comes with another head sculpt. And my God, it's no better. Like, jeez Louise. It doesn't even look like the same woman. I'll bring out the other Pandoras, but this looks like two different women. They look like sisters. Like, even the cheekbones are fuller on this one. You know, I see what he's going for, but yikes. Just swing and a miss. Swing and an absolute miss. I was thinking maybe getting the hair, like, maybe, because you could see you could pop the hair out like that. And I was thinking maybe if I Dremel something and pop that in there to kind of save it. But, oh my gosh, what happened? Why? And this is somebody, the CEO, the designer of this company, Bobby Valla, goes out and he criticizes every company out there, everybody from, you name it, even Mezco to Four Horsemen, everybody in between, McFarlane, and then you come out with this? Like, this is, you're lucky this came out in 2024, because this is first runner-up in 2025 for ugliest figure head sculpt ever made. Like, this gives McFarlane a run for his money. You know what I mean? Like, oh my gosh. And he's atrocious head sculpts. It used to be Hasbro, and then McFarlane took that trophy away. And then now it's like Valaverse is trying to fight for it. But all right, let me not be too much of a dead horse here. And I know what you're thinking. Like, if you knew the head sculpt was going to be bad, why did you buy it? Well, I bought it because of the body. I really like Pandora. I love the character Pandora. I don't like her character as in like her story. Like, she kills anyone who finds out her backstory. That is the dumbest part of her character I've ever read in a character before. It's like, she's not like an evil James Bond. She's just like on the run from the Irish mob. That's no reason to like kill someone you like or closest to you. Like, they're not a spy. Like, it was very stupid part of her personality. Other than that, I really like everything about her. I love the design, of the body itself. Let me make sure this back part doesn't work out. Technically speaking, she's flawless. I mean, she's painted perfectly. I mean, not a miss, not a drop. Even her outfit, like all the zippers and rivets and buckles and whatever is all painted. All painted. Everything's painted. I haven't seen anything like this. Hold on, let me grab this figure here. You can see I'm not going to go into detail because you can see this video, the Rhea Ripley Mattel, but you can see I complimented Mattel on all the doing that, and yeah, they definitely, she's got more down below. You can see the chain, but even up there and there. But yeah, I haven't seen as good a paint job since this figure, so that's why I thought it was important to, here, I'll do a quick, just a quick comparison. I tried switching the heads, yes, and Rhea is obviously too tan, and the Valaverse figures are not buff enough for Miss Rhea Ripley here. I feel like Valaverse made a buffer, like, bigger dude. They should make a buffer, bigger woman, hopefully with better articulation, you know, a bigger woman to kind of fight Pandora here. But yeah, I love the paint on her. I love the design of the body. When I saw the head sculpts, you know, like the renders or whatever, I was like, oh, maybe they'll come out a little better. Maybe they'll course correct by the time it hits, you know, what is it? The rubber hits the road, so to speak. And yeah, no. So that sucks. But other than that, I do really like the figure. I'll get into her articulation, where there are a couple more flaws about it, like the neck joint right off the bat. They're still using that stupid dated hinge. Now, I don't mind when it's like an open shirt like this and you see a lot of skin. You know, it's great sculpt in there. I don't mind that they use this kind of sculpt when it's this kind of body. If she was wearing like a tactical, you know, sweater or whatever, then yeah, they need to do the double ball neck peg, or whatever you want to call it. You know what I'm talking about? But double ball neck peg there and then up there. But with this, it's okay that it doesn't have it. But up there, you got to put the double ball peg. I mean, because this hinge, and I've said it in the last video, on the last Valaverse video. Yeah, it's just, it has to change, because it's just been such, I mean, this is just such a decline. It's just, what's going on? But yeah, that needs to change. This is going to be, I called it with the males in series 4, my series 4 video, Getting Worse, that I wasn't going to get any more of those bodies. And I think I'm done with this female body as well. It needs a double ball neck peg in there, at least up top, to give her that range, because she gets up and down and like no tilt, and she needs tilt for expression, and she gets none of it. I mean, that's very minimal. Side to side, it's fine, but it's just like basic movement. The double ball neck peg gives you so much more. It gives you like every direction, you know, northeast, southeast, northwest, southwest. You don't get that with there, you know, just up, down, up, down. So that's it's limited and it's dated, and I'm over it. And even though they put the pricing down on her, it's still, you know, it's 2025 now. It's time to upgrade that. And as far as her jacket's concerned, I'm over molded jackets. However, because they could have did this in cloth goods, But however, I do like this one. This is going to be the last one I'm ever going to buy. But I do like this molded jacket. It is pretty good as far as molded jackets go. Everything looks flawless, looks perfect. It flows on her nice. I like the way the wrinkles are sculpted. The arm, it does look like it's kind of popping into like a sleeve there, which is a little ugly, which is the flaws of this kind of thing. They could have done a jacket. I mean, Shadowtoys is doing it. At least just do that. I mean, there's no reason they could have gave her the bare arms and then just did just the jacket over it. Maybe that design would have been a pain, but there's companies that have done this design of jacket before, so it can be done, absolutely. But yeah, the molded, it's dated. Looks good. I really like the design on the back, even when it has the hole in the center there. That kind of looks like Shensi, Shensi Buddha's face mask, and I thought they're on opposite factions. Which is a little weird. I mean, she just came in a plain brown box in a bag, which, I mean, kind of the plain figures used to come in, so I don't really care. I would prefer blister just to kind of keep them intact, but she arrived fine. Didn't have to heat her up or anything like that. Before I go into the articulation further, she moved fine right out of the box. I'll get to a few more half negative points off, and then everything else is all golden. She got the T-pose there, but she got no butterflies, which is a real shame, and it definitely limits how far she can pull her hand in. Now, here, let me show you if I don't knock everything over when I pull her pistol out there. Her revolver. And I put the revolver in her hand, and you see how she can't, like, you have to, like, you do it on an angle. I hate that. Like, look, she cannot at all. If you got it lined up, point straight at all. You have to turn the arm in, a little bit, turn this, and then kind of put the elbow in for her to look straight. But that's so unrealistic looking. You do not twist your elbow. Your elbow should be down if you're shooting a handgun, or, yeah, it should be pointed down, not, like, to the side like you're shooting, like you're from the hood. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, you need to be shooting straight and accurate. Otherwise, the recoil is going to go like this. You know what I mean? It's going to go all over the place when you shoot. Whereas when you have your arm straight, it kind of just goes up. Like, so you can kind of do, I don't want to say rapid fire, but fire in succession rapidly. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, they need butterflies. I'm not buying any more females without butterflies. Why is it that these companies across the board, here's a standing up for, more for female figures right now, and just females in general. Why do these across the board, toy companies give these females less articulation? Why? I don't understand it. What, because you have to give them more sculpt in other places? Come on. Like, there's no reason they shouldn't be more articulated than the male figures. I mean, women are more flexible than men in real life, right? I hope that's not, too wrong to say. I mean, generally speaking, females tend to be more flexible. So why is it that they cut corners and make these things like bricks sometimes? I mean, not that this figure's a brick, but the fact that you can't do that. And when you got her hand holding the gun, you see it's not even straight. You got to kind of pull it in a little bit, so only like her fingertips on the trigger, not kind of like the middle. So it's a little frustrating there. I'm over it. $24. You could have charged me $20 and I'd still be over it. You could charge me $15 and I'd be like, all right, I guess. A little bit easier pill to swallow, but the rest of the arm moves fine. Bicep, wrist, and all the hinges. Her gun is beautiful. Really nice. Another gripe is, again, no firing effects. Had to grab her more firing effects. So annoying. They need to come with firing effects. Come on now. And again, just taking the center, that sculpt there, that shirt is really nicely textured. Really looks like she's wearing it there with the sculpt in the center there. Really nice. And her torso's, you know, beautiful. No real complaints, except down below here, they gave her this realistic folded shirt sculpt. However, you can see it's so thick that it hinders, like, it's kind of limiting how far she could go. See how the front one, the top one, I should say, bends a little deeper? Because if this didn't have that, I mean, it's realistic, but this could be omitted. This is something that can just be, you know, more like this part, but like upside down. Like, imagine this part, but reversed. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like shaved off more and rounded off more so she could get more of that bend. Because, yeah, she's bending like she's got like a gut or something, and she doesn't. So, yeah, she definitely needs that. And she gets barely any side to side from the bottom. It's all up top, you know. But I will say, let me point out, material-wise, beautiful. Beautiful all throughout. Nowhere where it's like, it's not like when I feel her legs, it feels like I'm hanging on to 2 steel pipes. And her torso doesn't feel like, oh my gosh, this is like model car plastic, hollow model car plastic. No, she feels beautiful and the same all throughout. Like even her hands and stuff. I mean, they're a little softer, but in her head, but only the slightest bit. Like, I mean, hands a little bit more so, but the head and stuff feels almost the same as this. But I mean, I guess this feels a little bit, but not like the other figures, not like before. She feels great throughout. Absolutely fantastic. All of her materials, even like her accessories here, it all feels like solid, like one piece. So that's a huge plus. Huge plus. Let me pull her knife here. What is this? A karambit, if I'm not mistaken. I might be mistaken. Raptor claw. Get that in her hand there. See, like, it's like, looks a little silly. That's a little better, but you always have to angle her. You know, that's, if I want to get the straight look. Annoying. All right, let's move on with our articulation. The knife's really nicely painted, though. I mean, they even put some silver drops in the handle. That's really nice. That's really nice. So they do, it's so frustrating. They do such a good job on like 80-90% of the figure, and then it's just like these glaring things that you just can't overlook. Her back, I just caught a glimpse of it. Her back tattoo is perfect again. And compared to Rhea Ripley's like tattoos, like it looks pretty good. That looks really realistic. But these look like, I mean, if you want to argue, they both look like they're kind of stamped on there, but the technology is so good that it's like, it's getting better. It's believable that, oh yeah, that's a cool tattoo. It doesn't look like such a sticker or stamp or, what's it called? Decal from like back in the day. I'm gonna just tuck that back in there and move on. Now with the lower half here, leg joints are really nice. I mean, she's got the drop downs, but they don't really work, and I don't really care because I hate them. So I'm glad. I'm actually glad they don't drop down so easy. I'm not even going to force it or try. I mean, her drop downs don't work at all. Honestly, I'm yanking on it. And I'm fine with it because everything else about it's functional. So I hate the damn drop downs. I understand they get a little bit more room, but they can also, you know, like what I said with the torso, you can kind of shave a little bit in the back there and get that range without it. You know, not maybe as much, but I'm sure the cost is a little stupid for that. I mean, it's like 2 different joints in there, and I don't know. But anyways, I guess it's more of a personal preference, but not a complaint. The thigh cut is beautiful. Now the legs are pretty good. It's just, man, why is it that the Valaverse figures have the ratcheted joints that the Hasbro Marvel Legends Sentinel should have gotten? I mean, they're messing with this. They're messing with this, aren't they? I will say though, the boot cut down lower at the boot is beautiful. Awesome. It's not up here. It's down here, which I'm super stoked about. Having the boot cut up here, like I saw on someone's Marvel Legends Spider-Man, it looks so ugly. It was like twisted and it looked like what was it, like a Salvador Dali painting or something? It was just like twisted and melting. It looked like it was just like not attached to it by like a hair or a thread. So this is a beautiful design. That's a beautiful design right there. Excellent. And of course well, these kind of pop down a little bit too easy, but they're not falling down. And then the ankle joint, ooh, all the way up. Oh, nice boot underneath. And then side to side. So just a few things other than that ugly ass head sculpt. There's I really like this figure a lot. I'm really happy with it. I mean, I gotta say though, I think this might be my last Valaverse figure. Say it ain't so. I don't want it to be. I really love this line, believe it or not. I enjoy collecting it. When I pre-order something, I'm pretty excited about it, but it's just like, I don't know. It's just been a little frustrating trying to looking for what I'm kind of looking for. I've kind of used up I've used a lot of them for customs. They've been great for customs, but then Bobby comes on and says he doesn't like people using his figures for customs. I mean, it's kind of boohoo for you kind of situation. I think they make great customs. I think that's kind of more their selling point. Here's their stand real quick. I really like the red dirt. Reminds me of like North Carolina. You know, I used to, I have family down there, so really likes it. I really like it. Really likes it. Likes it a lot. But yeah, just normal, same as the desert one. Nothing fancy about it. Feels a little bit glossy on the back. You could see. The front feels, yeah, same material. Little bend, around the same. And her bag of hands, I didn't bother opening. One thing I'm disappointed with, they got rid of the Ziplocs and just the one-time uses. Go back to the Ziplocs, because I love, like the Mezco, I really love reusing the Ziplocs, and I put all their accessories back in there, as you can see. So it's like they got rid of it, and it's like, oh, well, darn, now I have to be careful and kind of open this little tiny way, because all these hands could get so lost and confused and mixed up. So I like to keep it kind of just together with each character, so I don't like mix them up, lose them or whatever, and easy to find them later. But yeah, just the fist, the open hand, and the knife holding hands is pretty much it. And then she comes with the 2 trigger, and she comes with the 2 guns and the knife, and that's pretty much all she comes with, which is okay. And an extra head sculpt, which is, again, I really like the way this looks. I've done it here. Let's do it this way. Switch this real quick. Now it's time to get a little customizey. You can switch the hair. I hate it like that. I hate it. Brings too much attention to the hair hat there. But yeah, that's meh. And then this, it's like, yeah, I don't know. I'm trying. I'm really trying. I think doing it like this saves it a tiny bit. So I'm going to keep it like that a little bit. But, oh my gosh. Oh, man. I don't want to beat a dead horse. Oh, let me try some of her. This is from her expansion pack. But wanted to do this. See how she looks with this. This is my first time trying this. And this popped out. But yeah, I think this might be my last Valaverse figure. I got to do comparisons still, but you can't really see her. Let me kind of squat her down a little bit. But I mean, not Valaverse thing. I'm still going to collect Valaverse. Like, I still need some things for the Vanguard. I am highly disappointed in Valaverse that thing isn't free and free shipped. It's free, but you have to pay the $8 shipping. So technically it's not free. So it's like, come on, every other company ships stuff for free. Literally every other company ships their mistakes for free. It should be for free. I was going to get it and maybe something else. And I was like, you know what? It's like $18, even if I buy like a $10 item. It's like, I don't want to spend that for this. It's like I'm spending more on the Vanguard, and now I'm mad that I paid full price for it already, because it's like 2 months later it went down to 165, and it's like, well, that's the price it should have been off the bat, and it still would have been a little on the fence there. But yeah, I'm highly disappointed that thing ain't free, so we'll see. I do need a couple more like accessory packs for women and a couple for the guys. You know, I'll keep an ear out for the weapons, but I think I want to try gridiron, honestly, because I mean, Bobby said he has been using Mark II design weapons, which is another gun runner, I guess you could call it. But I just feel like they're not knocking them at all. They're fantastic. I just feel like their sculpts are just second place to gridirons. That's all. I just feel like gridirons, I don't even have a gridirons, and I guess technically now I have Mark IIs, but I just feel like when I'm hopping online or social media, I see people with their G.I. Joes with the gridiron accessories, it's just really pops. I noticed no one really uses Valaverse anymore either. Like, nobody. I'll see a Colonel Siege pop up here and there, maybe. I see no one using Pandora, which is crazy. Yeah, I don't know. I just see G.I. Joe. That stupid thing came off again. I'm done with that. But I just see, that looks cool. I just see G.I. Joe with gridiron. So it's making me want to get some gridiron and put it with my G.I. Joe. So I know they're more expensive than Valaverse, but if it's just want to try it in one figure, it's not going to be too painful, especially if it looks cool and looks as half as cool as it looks online and people are doing. But all right, let's get into her size comparisons here real quick. Excuse me. The Recon Trooper, I'm getting choked up on these these figures, and Sidewinder. Yeah, I don't know. I want to see. You're gonna have to impress me. You have to impress me, man. Let's get in out the Recon Trooper and get in the Praetorian. Let's switch him out. Let's get in some G.I. Joe. They're on stands and stuff, but who cares? Scarlet. This is like the perfect Scarlet now. Let's get in some different figures here. Some just mix Valaverse in and out. More white dressed, all in white characters here. I got him. I got Nier Automata custom on like a Fison body. Get him out of there. Let's get my custom Notaman devil white suit guy with his white shoes finished. I finally did his white shoes. So very happy the way that came out. And yeah, you'll be seeing him come up and hopefully this year. Yeah, I gave his shoes just to paint, just the Noda Studios or Notaman shoes, just painted white. But yeah, very happy with the way that came out. I'm just trying to place him gently there. Okay, next let's do Cammy real quick. Let's pop her out. Yeah, I like how these Valaverse go with everything. Actually, let's keep her there. Let's move Arnold. See? Beautiful custom on a Valaverse Tim Kennedy body, which I guess dare not speak that guy's name. Yikes, another one. Bite the dust. He's like a pariah in the... No, I don't know what happened with that guy. Good thing they walked away from him. Here's my custom Scarlet. On a Valaverse body, you see they came out really well. I really love how tactical she is. I was comparing her to like Lady J. I was trying to get my Lady J tacticaled up, and I couldn't get it as much as this. I really like this a little bit better. Kind of a marriage of the two. And yeah, I think I may have covered, got them all. Oh, actually, no, almost forgot. The original Pandora's here. Got my two set on their little stand. Sorry if they're a little dusty, but here's the OG. And as you can see, like two different women. That's not the same woman. That's not the same person. I'm sorry. Like, yikes. This is like a fanatic or something, because Like, how are you gonna use such a beautiful cosplayer like Chen's? They got Chen's to cosplayers here, and she's like gorgeous, brings like perfect embodiment of the character. And then you're gonna go around and do this? Like, yikes. Not cool. They should have, instead of trying to pay Cardoon or whatever her name was to do a figure, pay Chen's to get her likeness for the next Pandora. I'm sure you could get it for a portion of what Cardoon would have wanted. And here's another one. Let's get some of these other head sculpts in here. I'll bring her back in. Use her stand to kind of help me hold everything. Yeah, let's get them all. All right. It's not going to really focus on everybody, but yeah, I mean, yeah, like even this one, but I like this one. It was like, all right, they did her tongue thing. Cool. I'm super glad I didn't get the bloody version. Oh my God. Yes, they did a bloody version in white. You can tell this is a line not made with any ladies. I don't think there's any lady designers in mind, because you can tell it's all guys. I learned in 7th grade, and I'm a guy that you do not wear white, you know, like, and then you're gonna give her all bloody. I mean, they put a bloody mark right there, like right there. How are you gonna do that? Like, my poor classmate in 7th grade, I'm sorry if she's ever watching this, but sorry, Becky. But yeah, I mean, poor girl wore white. And then you're gonna bloody her up. I'm so happy I didn't get the bloody version. I would have asked to get a plain version. But thank goodness, I'm really happy about that. Yeah, again, this is gonna be it as far as Valaverse figures concerned. Maybe they'll surprise me with Series 6 and going forward. I don't know. As far as this stands right now in February, this video's being shot, my birthday month, in a couple days. Again, February. Yeah, this is gonna be it. We'll see what happens. I'm not saying never say never again, but I don't, we'll see. You're gonna have to impress me. They're gonna have to impress me. They're gonna have to impress us. I mean, come on now. This is, the things I'm saying are not anything crazy or absurd or not anything all of us want in our figures and we're paying for, and everything is gonna get more expensive apparently. So we'll see again what happens. But hopefully not, and hopefully we can still, hopefully things improve all around with figures and everything else. So we'll wait and see. I guess till next time. Pandora, you got anything to say? Yeah, kiss me.